What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, aka is your boy Jay, aka Marv. We're here with another Thursday Night Live. Hope everybody's doing well. Corona frees the way to be because we all know it's a time of the season where everybody start getting sick, and I ain't trying to be that person. But yeah, man, excited tonight. Heading into the weekend. Tomorrow's Friday Night SmackDown. We got Backlash on Saturday. But yeah, very excited because as we all know, Backlash is around the corner. We're gonna finally have that one more match between Randy Orton. Well, one more time between Randy Orton and John Cena for the undisputed United States. No, excuse me, for the undisputed championship. I said United States. I'm talking about Jacob Fatu already. Look at me, fucking out over here. But yeah, man, excited. We got a lot of things going on tonight. We got new additions. We're gonna have predictions for Backlash. A lot of things. Very hot tonight. Kind of warm in my room a little bit. I don't know why, but it's very warm in here. Good thing I got a bottle of water because H2O is very important. But yeah, we got some new additions tonight. We got some old figures that we're gonna be unboxing. We got new figures we're gonna be unboxing. We got a lot. We got a lot going on. A lot going on. Let me check the comments. Boom, boom, nothing. She's sharing. That's what I wanted to fix before I started a live stream, but had to eat my dinner before I got on. Can't wait to unbox these new figures that I got here tonight. We got some WWE Legends Series 26. We have old figures, Legends that I have already in my collection for a while that I want to unbox. Like I said, we gotta let them breathe after a while. As you guys know, I've been unboxing figures that have been in my collection already for like 2-3 years. So little by little, I've been letting them breathe. I got some figures here in front of me. Mixed figures, elites, legends that I've been unboxing little by little. Gotta fix my Stone Cold Steve Austin statue. I'm thinking about making a new base because the base that it actually came with, for some reason, it's not really keeping it together. As you guys can see. Hey Google, play no copyright rock.
Alright, here's a YouTube music playlist called Rock Music No Copyright.
Gotta play it like real low because I don't be trusting that thing. I don't know where. I get hit with copyright from YouTube and I be like, bruh, how is that when I'm playing a no copyright station from YouTube? That's crazy. Like last week, I had no copyright music in the background. What happened after my video got reviewed? I got hit with copyright. And I was like, come on, bro, that's kind of crazy. There we go. Fixing everything little by little, still early. We've only been on for 4 minutes. Let's see what else we can find over here. There we go. Wanted to fix that up a little bit. But yeah, excited tonight. Like I said, we got some Backlash predictions. We got new additions. We have Legends, like I said, Series 26. We have Ultimate Editions. We have unsanctioned figures. If you guys know, then you know. Unsanctioned figures from ringside. But yeah, I'm going to get right into the WWE predictions that I have for Backlash. Because there's something that's been on my mind. And I don't know if you guys been paying attention to WWE lately, but there's been a name floating around for the past week or two. And it's a legend. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, it's Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg been lately floating around in the WWE scene. His name is floating around for like a week or two. And honestly speaking, with that being said, I feel like Goldberg's going to appear in Backlash. I feel like the match between Pat McAfee and Gunther said he's going to, destroy McAfee. And I believe that. I believe that Gunther has, skills to beat down McAfee the way he wants to. And seeing the fact that McAfee is also a has a football background. What not better storyline to basically add in as Goldberg coming in and helping McAfee, and not helping McAfee like, oh, McAfee needs his help, but Goldberg coming in giving Gunther a spear. McAfee picks up the win, or it could go either way. Gunther beats the f out of McAfee, and destroys him, and then Goldberg comes in and helps McAfee. But I honestly feel like it's gonna be more like Goldberg's gonna spear Gunther, McAfee gets the win and humiliated, building up the feud between Goldberg versus Gunther for his retirement match. There's a lot of things that's been crossing my mind. Also, we know we're gonna have Randy Orton versus John Cena one more time, and I feel like Cody Rhodes might appear in that match. I feel like Cody Rhodes might just come back to try to either, I wouldn't say help Randy, because at the end of the day, I feel like Randy doesn't need no help taking on John Cena. We all know the history between John Cena and Randy, the feud they had for years. And honestly speaking, I feel like if Cody was to come back, it's gonna be basically to just show his face, because everybody all of a sudden is asking for Cody. But there's also the same people that's always like, boo Cody when he was champion. People are so undecisive. It's like when Cody Rhodes was champion, nobody wanted him around. And now that he's not around, where's Cody? Why Cody had to show up? Maybe because he was holding it down for a whole year and he deserves a little bit of time off. And if Cody don't return this Backlash, Saturday for Backlash, I wouldn't even be mad at him. I wouldn't even be mad at him. He honestly speaking, like, come on, a whole year being champion and doing all those crazy matches that Cody did have. Don't forget AJ Styles, Backlash in France. Like, so many matches, that he had over the year with some, honestly speaking, great wrestlers. So it's like, to see him taking some time off, why not? He deserves it. He held down the company for a whole year as champion. Some people betrayed him. Some people, stood by his side, like Randy. Kevin Owens, unfortunately, was one of those people who betrayed Cody Rhodes and didn't agree with certain things that Cody Rhodes is doing. What's up, Dave? Everything good, brother? Marv, break out the predictions, bro. Honestly, like I was saying, I feel like Goldberg's gonna return just to help Pat McAfee in that match. What not better way to build up a feud between Goldberg and Gunther when we already seen what happened? I think it was last year when Gunther disrespected Goldberg, and Goldberg wanted to get in the ring and nobody really let him. And we all know that Hunter, aka Triple H, Paul Levesque, promised Goldberg a retirement match. And I feel like the fact that McAfee has a football background, I feel like it's gonna come into play. Goldberg coming in helping out McAfee, or Goldberg just coming in general and just spearing Gunther. Get his little retribution for what he did to him and in front of his family, and build up a feud from there and have a retirement match. Goldberg won, and watch, he gets inducted in 2026. Yeah, honestly, Goldberg, if he has a retirement match, I feel like he does deserve it because it's something that Vince promised him. And then, with everything that happened with Vince, he basically got like not his match. And I think Goldberg mentioned that one time in a interview where he felt like, Vince didn't want to give him his retirement match, and he felt some type of way about it. But now that Triple H is in charge, Triple H is doing things differently. He's doing things like, and as his perspective of him being an old wrestler, he's doing things the right way, because he knows how it is to be a wrestler and want certain things and you don't get, but at the same time, you're a legend in the company, as fans know you as. He deserves it. I feel like he deserves that as a retirement match. And honestly speaking, to be against Gunther, it could go either way. He could get that win, that W, or he could get that L. And it's a 50-50 chance when you go with Gunther. And it's like I said, McAfee taking on Gunther this Saturday. I don't know about y'all, but when Gunther and McAfee had that promo in the middle of the ring, and Gunther, let McAfee talk, and then I don't know where you see Gunther just do his promo, and you see McAfee's face like trying to play it off like he's not scared, but you see his reactions and his eyes was like, I'm fucked. Rest in peace, McAfee. You got some cojones, brother, but I don't know. You're going against a monster, man. Like, I respect Gunther. I have to say I'm 50-50 with being a fan of Gunther. I like Gunther. And then some things about him that I don't like. I like the way he does wrestle. I like the way he does his thing in the ring. I like the way he has that respect for the ring and him considering himself the ring general because he don't play that game. But to see McAfee go against Gunther, it's like putting Kurt Angle against. How can I say this nicely? It's like putting Gunther against this dude, man. I forgot his name. Gilbert. There you go. Poor Triple H is making the E great again. The wrestlers love him, and he's showing so much love, developing their stories and doing what Vince couldn't do. What the wrestlers respect. But that's so true. I agree with you on everything you just wrote there. But there's some people, some fans that just have no knowledge of the wrestling history and want to sit there and just talk nonsense. And it's like, to me, I'm like, you just became a fan because of Netflix. Like, learn your history, shut your mouth, and know your role. Like, I'm all for the, wrestling community getting bigger, and I love the fact that people come together and give their opinions, and everybody's entitled to opinions. But it's like there's so many people that I'm gonna get up and hit you with a chair. There's so many things that is like, I don't know. It's like it shouldn't be so like negative. It's like people be saying so much things that it's like, really, like, where do you come from? Where do you come from with this? Like, I thought it was my son. It was my girl building the closet. I thought it was Pat Guy jokes. I see him taking the next talent, but main roster, nah. Yeah, I hear you. And like I said, McAfee, he's good on the mic, and he could wrestle. I give him that. But to go against Gunther, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like this is a build up for Goldberg. Like I said, Goldberg's name. For real, I thought it was my son. She might hit me with that chair. But but it's like I said, like, it has to be a build up for Goldberg because ever since I heard about the retirement match after that encounter with Gunther, and Goldberg's been training, I think for the past 6, 7, 8 months around there since that happened. I feel like what a better moment to have Goldberg come in, help McAfee because of the football background they both have, and the respect that he has for Michael Cole because of what Gunther did to Michael Cole. What a better way to have him come in, either a spear, or him coming in and helping out. But I feel like a spear, McAfee taking the win, will build more animosity in Gunther's mind and, build more animosity for the feud between them two. Instead of having Gunther taking the win and then Goldberg coming out to help McAfee. Or, I feel like it'll be a better way for Goldberg to just come in from the crowd, spear Gunther, because Gunther sees Goldberg and starts talking crap to him while he's fighting McAfee. And Goldberg just takes advantage and jumps the ramp, spears him. McAfee does his thing, gets the win. And before you know it, we got a feud between Goldberg and Gunther going to SummerSlam. That would be pretty dope. Because we all know that SummerSlam is another 2-night event. And don't forget, it's $40,000 if you want VIP. Let me tell you something. I want to go back so bad to a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam. But the prices are just, woo! Everybody, and they got hot. Well, there's all calling for Goldberg to show up and demote the ring general. A couple of ex-football players having each other's backs. I agree. But yeah, man. Let's see. I'm excited for Backlash, And my prediction, I have to say I'm gonna start them right now. For the women's Intercontinental Championship, I'm 50-50 with it because I like Valkyria. I like what she's doing with the IC championship for women. But I feel like because Becky Lynch has not had that championship and she is the man, because at the end of the day, she is the man. I feel like the fact that Valkyria has had that championship for the, I believe, the same amount of time that Chelsea Green had the United States Championship, I feel like Valkyria is going to drop that belt. I'm calling it. Becky Lynch is picking up the win. I feel like it's right in a way, because Valkyria has been holding the belt for a while, and having the man come back. She came back for a reason. Just didn't just come back just to wrestle. She came back to win championships, and she is the man, and she is Becky Lynch. So I feel like definitely I'm going with Team Becky picking up that win. New United States champion. No, excuse me, new Intercontinental champion. I'm always saying that. I miss a European champion. They need to come out with the European champion again for women and men. That'll be hard to have. Like I said, for McAfee versus Gunther, I feel like McAfee's gonna pick up the win just because we might have outside interference, and hopefully that outside interference, I'm right, and it's Goldberg. Let's see. For the men's Intercontinental Championship between Dominic Mysterio, and Penta, being that Dominic just got that championship, I don't see him dropping the belt soon. And being the fact that Dominic and Penta has a feud going on, I see that feud building up until SummerSlam. Most likely, when Dominic drops his championship to either Penta, which wants that championship, or even Finn Balor. I see a triple threat. I see Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just talking right now, but that would be interesting to see that. But yeah, I'm definitely sticking with Team Dominic retaining the championship on Backlash. For the United States Championship, we got a fatal four where we got Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, McIntyre, which honestly speaking, I don't even know why McIntyre's in that picture because giving Drew McIntyre the United States Championship, nothing against Jacob because Jacob is starting out in the business in WWE. But putting Drew McIntyre in the United States Championship is like, come on, bro. It's like giving that belt to Randy. Randy's like, I'm all set with that, bro. I'm all set. That's beneath me. Sorry. Becky is the man, but Val is tight. But I agree, Becky wins. She's been gone for a minute, and this is how they ramp up their story for her now until Becky leaves for her next. Yep, acting role. You're absolutely right. Laugh out loud, female. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's like I say, Becky is considered already a legend, in WWE, and she's done it all, but she has not won that championship. And Valkyria said it herself. And it's funny because look, we talking about Valkyria, and look who I got right in front of me right here. Yeah. So I feel like she's definitely gonna come back, win that championship, build up a few, and most likely drop it again in SummerSlam when, she has something else to do. Because at the end of the day, she's the man. She's done it all. She, from NXT to WWE to now becoming a women's Intercontinental Championship. Yeah. Becky picks up the win. But back to that United States Championship between Jacob, Knight, McIntyre, and Priest. Like I said, man, yada mean. Jacob is definitely retaining that championship. I don't even know why Drew's in that picture. I don't even know. I'm just like, okay, they got Drew in the United States Championship picture. Okay. And hey, at the end of the day, it's a championship. It is a SIG championship. It is a United States championship. But being the fact that Drew McIntyre is a heavyweight championship, a past, heavyweight championship, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to take that. But hey, hopefully it's a great match. We got, top superstars in that, top wrestlers in that match. We got Fatu, we got Knight, we got McIntyre, we got Priest. I definitely want to see LA Knight soon in the Intercontinental picture. That'll be dope to see LA Knight elevating, from United States to Intercontinental Championship. So hopefully one day being the undisputed or world heavyweight champion. At the end of the day, LA Knight deserves it. Yeah. Okay. The last match, because we getting 5 matches on Saturday. If you guys don't know, now y'all know. 5 matches on Saturday. We're gonna have John Cena versus Randy Orton for the Undisputed Championship. And honestly speaking, as much as I want Randy Orton to be a 15-time champion, I see Cena retaining. And if he don't retain and Cena loses the championship, then everything he's been talking and everything he's been saying has been all junk. And I don't know, like being the fact that Peacemaker is gonna be out in August, we don't know if Cena's gonna take some time off, to go promote that or to, either to go do something for the movie or it's a lot of things that can happen. But I guess it's just me talking as a fan and just want to see Randy on one more time as champion or even several times as champion. I have to go with Cena. As much as I want Randy Orton to be a 15-time champion in his hometown, I feel like Cena's gonna retain. And if Cena don't retain, then yes, let's go Randy. So it's 50-50 with that match. I can even make it a, like I said, I feel like Cena's gonna take it. But as a fan, Randy Orton fan, I want Randy Orton to win. That's fair. But I feel like, yeah, Cena's definitely gonna retain. But I'm really hoping that Randy Orton becomes a 15-time champion in his hometown, in front of his family. Because, we're dealing with a different Cena now. We're dealing with a ruthless aggression / mature, don't give a fuck Cena. So it could be 50-50, because we're not getting that babyface Cena anymore where he was, down the book and certain things. Even though when Cena was a babyface and he had some crazy matches with Randy Orton or whoever it was, Cena brung it. Me too, bro. Me too, brother. Trust me. I want Randy Orton walking out as the undisputed champion one more time. I would love to see Randy Orton as champion, especially in the shape in the great shape that he's in right now. Randy Orton is in the best shape of his life. He's 300 plus pounds, solid, and he says he's 287, but he's really 300 plus pounds. And it's crazy, man, to see Randy Orton that big, like, and the fact that he could still move the way he moves for being that big. He is a viper. But yeah, let's get into the unboxing, baby. We got some figures here tonight. If you guys hear me in the background, because my girl got a TV on mad loud. Nah, I'm joking. But yeah, let's see what we got to unbox first tonight. Oh, matter of fact, yeah. Where is it at? Right here. First figure we're gonna be unboxing here tonight is gonna be. I've been hesitant to get this figure, and it's not because I'm not a fan. Because everybody that knows me knows I'm a big, when I mean big, Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. But I was like, when I first seen it, I was like, I'm gonna wait for the Netflix edition to come out, and that's exactly what I did. I waited for the Netflix edition to come out. Top picks, must-have, superstar, Netflix Raw edition, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's the bottom line. Gonna be unboxing this bad boy tonight. I'm a big Stone Cold fan. I met Stone Cold Steve Austin when I was a lot younger. When he first started, well, not when he first started wrestling for WWE, but when he first started getting popular, I think after the Royal Rumble, that he basically 316 was born. Woo! I like this background. Let's go. Yes, be keeping this background, of course. Box is empty. Okay. You know what's funny? That this Stone Cold Steve Austin figure feels more like, I don't know, it feels different. The articulation and everything, like the movement of the figure is more flexible. Pretty sick. These are the new ways for 2025. Okay. So Stone Cold Steve Austin comes with a little beer. Hell yeah. Comes with a little cooler. Can't go wrong with that. And it opens up. 316 day. It's pretty dope. Comes with 2 extra hands. One for the beer And the other one look like he's pointing, but I wish it was a middle finger, but it's not. But I'll probably cut that finger off and put it in the middle. But yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin figure, pretty sick. Let me turn this light off. There we go. Let me see if I can put the beer in his hand. There we go. Steve Weiser. Man, I still can't figure what happened in WrestleMania when Stone Cold was driving the for real. You was actually reading my mind because I was like, he couldn't come with two beers, you know. But yeah, we got Stone Cold with the one beer, the one finger in the sky, representing for the tribal chief. I feel like now every time I see somebody going like this, everything is for the tribal chief. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Don't forget to smash that like button. But yeah, we got Stone Cold Steve Austin on box. Gonna set him to the side. Acknowledge Steve. I gotta fix the statue. I got this little Stone Cold Steve Austin statue here. I got from GameStop a couple of years ago. 6 statue. But the stand, for some reason, every time I place him on the stand, and I got this statue for a while. It's recently been happening to this. I place him on the stand, and instead of him staying on the stand, he always falls forward. I think he had too many Steve Weisers. So you know, I gotta expect that. You know, it is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'll put the cooler right under him. But every time I put him to stand by himself, he falls. And I'm like, that's such a sick statue, man. And that's the only default that it has. It falls. I mean, ugh. There we go. Let's move on to the next figure here. Oh man. We got a couple of figures tonight to unbox, guys. So be patient with me. This figure right here, I've been having it in my collection now for I believe roughly 4 years. Dropped 2021, Series 14, Legend Series. Me, Mark Gallows. AKA The Undertaker, you guys all know. That is The Undertaker before he became... that is Undertaker before he became Undertaker. But yeah, unboxing this bad boy tonight. I remember when it first came out, a lot of people didn't like it. I was like, you know what? I don't care. It's Undertaker. I'm gonna get it. This bad boy out the box. Sick. I feel like because Undertaker was younger here, this figure is like mad tall because it's like, you know, he's not slouching, he's not older. This figure looks crazy. Like now to have it out the box just to see how it looks. Like I can imagine this man walking into the ring, ready to beat the snot out of you. Looking at the way he looks, I'll be like, nah, bro, I'm all set. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all set, Mr. Mark. You good? Yeah, it's a big boy right here. It's a big boy. Red boots. had to turn off the music real quick because it started playing. You see? So I'm saying YouTube be telling me off for failure. I had no copyright music playing, and I don't know where they start playing Jelly Roll. Seriously? You're gonna get hit with copyright if you hear music like that. So I have to turn it off. Nothing against Jelly Roll because I love Jelly Roll, but I ain't trying to get with no copyright. But yeah, here we got Two Hands. Undertaker from Suburban Commando. You're a dead man, Ramsey. I will never forget that. Yo, when I was a kid, check this out. It's funny you mentioned that. When I was a kid, I seen that movie. Yo, in my head, I saw everything in my love. In my head, I was like, is that the real reason why Undertaker don't talk? I was like, yo, you sound like a kid. You're a dead man, Ramsey. Oh man, you took it back with that one. You took it back. Like, ah man. It's funny because I always thought about that when I was a kid. I was like, yo, is that the reason why Undertaker don't talk in wrestling? Like, he sounds like that for real? I enjoy a lot of Hulk Hogan movies when I was a kid. And maybe because Hulk Hogan was in them and me being such a big fan of WWF and the Hulkster as the champion and representing, the United States and, being a hero for kids. Like, I enjoyed a lot of Hulk Hogan movies when I was a kid. And when I see them now, I'm like, what the fuck was I watching? Let me tell you something, brother. Yeah. Oh man, Suburban Commando. It was one of my favorites, even though it was a little corny. I forgot which Mr. Nanny was funny because, two kids giving Hulk Hogan a hard time. My man was wearing a freaking tutu. Kind of reminds me of the Tooth Fairy with the Rock. But it's like, yeah, being a kid at that time, a lot of movies that came out back then. If anything had to do with wrestling, I enjoyed it. One of my favorite movies, No Holds Bar. We're gonna unbox Taker. Gonna put him right over here next to Austin with the beer in the cooler. Yeah, and those bars, a lot of people be like, oh, that was a whack movie. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't, though. It was a good movie. To me, it was a good action movie. Back in the days, action movies was important. And to me, I think it was a good movie. Hulk Hogan, doing his thing. And it's like, people be like, oh, no, it wasn't a good movie. But guess what? A lot of you people watched it. The same people saying it wasn't a good movie, a lot of you watched it. A lot of you sat there eating popcorn and watched it. Tiny Lester Jr. as Zeus, aka Diva, for real. Like, oh man, Tiny, he was a big dude for a name Tiny. That's why I'm like, bro. I started laughing as soon as you just put his name because it's like his name like didn't serve him justice. Man, some dude calling you, what up, bro? With that voice, talking about you gonna think it's a short ass dude with a mean voice, and then when homie shows up, it's some big ass dude ready to beat you guys. You're like, oh hell no. But yeah, moving on here. First figure we're gonna be unboxing tonight from this new wave. We got Legend Series 26 in my hands right now. It's not a chase, but we have Rosie. For some reason, and it's not the box, even though the box is a lot wider and bigger for the Legends, but this figure looks pretty big compared to the old figure that I have from Jamal and Rosie. Rosie right here looks pretty massive. So we're gonna unbox this bad boy. When I first picked this bad boy up, I thought I was gonna find a Legends. I mean, excuse me, not a Legends, a Chase, because they had a lot of Rosies there in the Target that I went to pick this one up. And I was hoping that I was gonna find a Chase, but unfortunately we didn't. But it's okay. I still wanted to add this one to my collection because I'm the type of dude that when I pick up a wave of figures that just dropped, if I like the whole wave, I'll get it. If I don't like the whole wave, I'll get just certain figures out the wave. But I like the wave. I like the way the figures looked. And I was like, you know what? Just because he's a Tribal Chief brother, and I was kind of a Rosie fan because I believed that when Rosie was wrestling, they could have done something better with him because he had talent. The dude showed it when he went against Goldberg. And it's like, I don't know, he had that edge in him. And it's like they could have done something with him, but what they did to him, they made him look like a super geek hero. But I was still, in support of Rosie. Just because, you know, his background, his family, like I'm a big fan of the family. So I always, he always had my support. And then to find out that he was actually Roman's brother, Roman's older brother, was crazy. Just a figure. Got Rosie out the box. I'm show you guys what he looks like. Sick figure. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button if it's your first time here on the Marvelous Wrestling Community channel. Welcome. If it's not, appreciate you since day one. But yeah, we got a second face, aka head. Pretty sick. We got another hand. And another hand. And plastic. So far, we got 3 figures unboxing tonight. We got me, Mark Gallows, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the new series Legends Wave 26 Rosie. But yeah, man, I'm excited about Backlash. It's my day off too. I get to enjoy my little pay-per-views, I usually have my Saturdays off. So when they have a pay-per-view going on, I get to watch it in the comfort of my home. And my mind goes on do not disturb. But it's better than, being at work and watching it from work and not being able to enjoy it. Making sure I break this box up good so it can fit in the recycle. Because yes, we recycle in this household. There you go, nice and flat. I heard one of my neighbors at one point talk about, oh, people don't know how to break their boxes. And I'm like, it's small boxes. Like small boxes. You just want something to say. And I don't entertain nonsense. I'll be like, whatever. You're just having a rough day. It's okay. It'll get better. Moving on. Next figure we unboxing here tonight. I'm excited about this one. This is one of my all-time favorites. I've been dying for this figure to drop, and I looked on it online. Everywhere was sold out, and then out of nowhere, I got this notification that it was close, nearby, on sale, limited edition, limited offer, limited time. And I went to pick it up. Here we have another Series 26 Legends, Carlito. So sick. I do want to get the new Carlito figure, the Judgment Day with the black t-shirt with the Puerto Rican flag on it. I would like to get a little base, being the fact that I'm Puerto Rican and he's Puerto Rican, I would like to get something like that and make a base and put the Puerto Rican flag on it and have him on it. I was also a fan of his father's work in Puerto Rico, Carlitos Colon. Hardcore matches that he had with Ric Flair, Abdullah the Butcher. Oh my God, so many legends. Brody. But yeah, here we have Carlito. Sick. I usually keep these and I cut the bottom of it, and I'm thinking about actually making some frames. And you know, hopefully the day I meet him, have him autograph it, because like I said, you know, I'm a big fan of Carlito. You know, I love fan of his father. You know, always respected what they did for Puerto Rico, for the island. You know, bringing basically wrestling in the island was everything, and it still is. It still is. The island of Puerto Rico, everybody loves wrestling, and it's like that's basically part of our culture. Lucha Libre, you know. And I'm not gonna say lucha libre, like, because people confuse it, like, oh, you know, Puerto Ricans are like Mexicans. No, it's different. We're Spanish, but it's different cultures. But yes, the box is flat. Coming out the plastic, and that's cool. What's up, guys? Are you guys ready for Backlash? Cause I am. Yes, sir. We got Carlitos. We got the apple, the manzana in his hand. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Yes, sir. Should be cool. Hell yeah. Can't wait. I'm excited, man, because honestly speaking, to see John Cena and Randy Orton stepping back into the ring after that feud they had for years. And we thought, you know, because Cena was no longer part of wrestling, we thought it was dead. And it's not dead. This makes it even better. I really hope that, you know, Randy Orton becomes a 15-time champion. Even though I feel like it's not going to happen because Cena just won the championship and everything they're doing with John Cena right now. But I really hope, in a way, that Randy Orton becomes a champion one more time, 15-time champion. Because why not? Hey, Dave. Everybody showing love to each other. I love it. Over here, unboxing Series 26 figures. Excuse me, Legend Series 26 figures. Carlito came with 3 hands. 2 open because you want to slap somebody, and 1 with a fist. Oh, man. Out of the plastic. So far, we got unboxed tonight. Need Mark Callis. We got Stone Cold Steve Austin Netflix Raw Edition. We got another Legend Series 26 Rosie. And the recent one that we just unboxed, another Legend Series 26 Carlito. Sick figures, man. These figures just get better and better. I haven't watched the last 2 weeks. I have to catch up with it. I'll probably watch it tonight because I got a little sleep and I got time. But I'm definitely going to catch up to it tonight. So I'm glad you mentioned that because I've been wanting to see it. I think it comes to a final finale this week, if I'm not mistaken. I believe something like that. So I definitely have to see it. I'll be unboxing another Legend Series 26, and this guy right here is one of my freaking favorites, man. I met him last year and at the dispensary. Not surprised, you know. Yeah, it's a good show. It's a real good show. I like it. I like the fact that they get deep with the students and the wrestlers. They show the frustration. Nobody's perfect, so I like all that. But yes, this figure right here, I've been dying to add to my collection, and I'm so glad that it's finally out, and I have it here in front of me. I met him, not down to earth dude, so nice. If I had more time that day, trust me and him would have chill, because that's the type of vibe that I got for him. He wanted to hang out, and all I can say is great things about this man. I didn't have a bad experience. Showed me love, welcomed me in, was not rushing me. I was carrying a conversation with me, and he actually follows me on Instagram. I follow him back. Always show each other love. But yeah, without further ado, here we have the Godfather, baby. Pimping ain't easy, man. This figure right here. This figure right here, man. I had this figure when I was younger. Of course, lost my collection due to things that happened personally in my household. But here we have it, back, new, fresh, and I'm just like, man, excited right now. I'm like a 12-year-old kid opening his gift on Christmas, and it's not even Christmas. Yes, definitely needs a cigar or a blunt. A blunt for the adult edition, a cigar for the kids. For the adult edition, with a tray, a blunt, some papers. But yeah, this figure right here, man. The camera don't do it justice. This figure is fire. I would have to get me a second one. So if I do meet him again, because I feel like he will be coming locally to my area, hopefully for Comic Con, see him again. I would love to get this figure signed. I might pick up a second one. I'm not too sure. But yeah, this figure right here, man, is so fire. So fire. The whole tray. Get some baby powder. But yeah, we got the Godfather out the box. So fire. Like I said, I definitely have to get me a second one. Definitely have to get me a second one. Because I got a feeling I'm going to be seeing him again. And I want to definitely get the figure autograph. I got a frame and I got a card autograph and I got a book autograph from him. And like I said, when I met him, he was doing free autographs, free as charge. I was like, how much? He was like, nothing, player, nothing. He was like, I'm just here to show these great people some love, If you shop here, come and check, show them some love. And I'm just here, to basically return to the community and do some autographs. And I was like, oh, that's what's up, man. And he was like, you want me to autograph something for you? And I was like, yeah, I actually have this card and I have this book here that you go autograph for me. And he was like, yeah, sure. Signed it for me. And I was like, wow. Like I said, down to earth dude, man. Matter of fact, it wasn't even a book. He actually signed this for me as Papa Chango, as you can see. And then I have the card in the frame with the picture in the background that he signed as the Godfather. But yeah, like I said, man, free of charge. I took 2 personal items, and he didn't give me no problems. He was just like, yeah, sure, man. Signed it for me. We talked for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I was not in a rush, but I had my girlfriend waiting for me outside, so I want to be like, forget her. I'm chilling with the Godfather. So, of course, I was like, I gotta go. He was like, oh, you gotta go. He's like, cool, man. I come back down. We could chill. And I was like, yeah. I gave him my business card. He was like, yeah, I'll follow you. I'll show you some love. And he definitely kept his word. He follows me on Instagram, shows some love, just like Matt Cardona follows me on Instagram, show some love. I mean, that's fire. To get recognized by wrestlers that I basically like grew up admiring, and they need basic figures that are. Yo, I'm done. They need a 4-pack. A 4-pack. Whoo! Badass. Thank you, Dave. Yo. That was too funny. But that would be dope. That would be so dope. Oh man, you basically like, if that was to drop, I'll lose my mind, guys. Basic figure hoes. Oh my god, got me sweating with that one right there. That was funny. I seen that on the screen and I just lost my mind. I was like, I'm done. Oh my god, I needed that laugh. That was too funny. That was too funny. Moving on. We have here another Legend Series 26. And of course, it's the final figure from this wave. And like I said, I'm so glad that I completed the wave, and I'm so glad that I unboxed him here tonight. Here we have, of course, Legend Series 26. The man himself, Kurt No Neck Angle. This figure right here is fire. Fire. I already got a Kurt Angle figure, but I had to get this version of bald Kurt Angle because we all know bald Kurt Angle was nuts. When he lost his hair, it's like he lost his mind. This man didn't give a F. Doing leaps from the... Yo, man. TNA Kurt Angle was nuts. But I loved him. That song that he had in TNA was intense. What? That song that he had in TNA was intense. Let me see if I find it real quick. I don't give a damn. I gave a copyright real quick. Let me see. Let me see. Right here. Kurt Angle used to come out, pop, pill popping like, ah! Oh yeah, he was focused on all those pills, bro. He was like, but I love that theme song, man. Yo, Kurt used to come out looking like a maniac. I used to be like, yo, somebody getting hurt tonight. Throw a suit on him and he's the WWE Kingpin for real. For real. Yeah, you guys are laughing because you guys know that I'm not lying. He used to come out on the pills like, ah! Hey, submit bro, calm the fuck down. The match hasn't even started. You're here bugging out. Yo! Oh my god. We got Kurt Angle. out the box, tied up. We're gonna leave him tied up in the package because I'm scared to take him out. Look at his face. Yeah. I needed that laugh. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was too funny. But it's true though. It's true. No disrespect against Kurt, man, because I love Kurt Angle. I respect him at the end of the day. He had to do what he had to do to wrestle and keep that neck in check. But when Kurt was popping them pills, man, for painkillers, he was another man, bro. He was another man. I don't care what nobody say, bro. He was worse than Brock Lesnar. Like, yeah, what? He was Brock Lesnar times 3. Not even Brock Lesnar want to take it in the ring with him. Like, nah, bro, this dude's numb right now. Brock was like, I'm all set, bro. Look into that man's eyes. He ain't even there no more. Yeah, yo. I'm telling you. The face of a figure 3 cent and Hogan with the towel. He's like a naked. Yeah, I'm done. I'm naked as hell behind this towel, brother. Oh my god. I needed this laugh. You guys are hilarious. You guys are the best. My neighbors must be like, I got new neighbors downstairs. My neighbors must be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? They don't even know what I do for, on Thursdays. They'll be like, what's wrong with this guy upstairs? But yeah. We got Kurt out the box. I like the way the figure feels, man. These new articulation on these figures are sick. The flexibility on the figures, you can actually, move the arms a little bit better. That's sick. I heard something about they were working on new statues for wrestling. I need me a wrestling statue. We got Kurt. Have you seen that figure? He looks crazy. No, I haven't seen that figure. I have to. That's when you said it. I was like, I have to. It popped in my head right away. I was like, I have to see that figure. But yeah, man. Ooh, the Godfather just fell. We completed the Wave Series 26. Kurt Angle, Godfather. Yeah, man. Carlito. Rosie. Love it, love it. We got Stone Cold. Hell yeah. We got me, Mark Gallows. And it's funny because I put Mark right next to Godfather. We know Godfather and Mark got a close relationship together, like brothers. And it's funny because when I met the Godfather, he was actually telling me stories about him and an Undertaker. It's nothing like having a legend telling you stories of him and the Undertaker. Stories that basically fans don't know. And he was like, if he knew I'm telling you this right now, he'll kill me. And I just started laughing because that's how down to earth the Godfather is. Like I'm saying, like cool ass dude, man. Like he's the type of dude you could hang with in a barbecue, smoke, chill, drink, have great laughs. That's the vibe I got from the Godfather. And hopefully, he comes down this summer, and I'm having a barbecue going on. But yo, come down, brother. Facts. But we're not done. We're not done. We got 2 more figures here that we added to the edition tonight. We got an Ultimate Edition figure. I was hesitating adding this one, but he is part of wrestling, and at the end of the day, my father was a big fan of the Great Muta. And we have the Ultimate Edition Great Muta figure. Sick. I was hoping it was the Chase, but no. We got the regular Ultimate, which is fine with me. If I come across a Chase, I will be unboxing this one. But it's fire. I'm gonna be adding him right here next to the Rock. aka the final boss. And we also got another Ultimate Edition figure here that actually dropped, and it was actually another Target exclusive with Legend Series 26. Here we got Hollywood Hogan Ultimate Edition. Yes, sir. Finally got that Hollywood Hogan. I got one more figure here tonight that I'm going to be unboxing right after this one. 6'7" from Venice Beach. Finisher leg drop. WWE champion, WCW champion. Yes, sir. Man, Hulk Hogan. Like I said. Well, honestly speaking, I got two more figures. I got figures here that I forgot to show you guys. And then I'll be unboxing another figure that I have here. But let me show you guys real quick what I picked up today. Shout out to my man Mark Gomez, who hit me up on Facebook and reached out to me and was like, hey, Marvelous, I got something that I think you might be interested in because you mentioned on your live that you've been looking for this, and I got it. Didn't tell me what it was. Went to see him and got hit with a surprise. So let me show you guys what I picked up today from my local subscriber. Here we have a ringside exclusive WrestlingFigures.com unsanctioned classic superstars, Road Warriors, Animal, and Hawk. Woo! Look at this bad boys right here. Look at this. I don't got the chase. These are the regulars, but if I do get the chase, I will be unboxing these. Thank you guys. But yeah, we got them, baby. We got the Road Warriors. What a rush. My favorite tag team of all time, man. Animal and Hawk. Animal 6'2", 6'2", 305 pounds. Hawk 6'3", 270 pounds. These two dudes is monsters, man. I wish I would have met them. Never had the chance to, but I was a big fan, and I'm still a big fan. Wish me and my brother could dress like these guys for Halloween. Sick figures. I told my girl, I was like, baby, they got the chase. It drops late June. Hint, hint, just in case you still want to get me something. You can get me those. But yes, if she get me those, I will be unboxing these. So sick. So sick. I want to sleep with them under my pillow. Let me stop. So glad to have in that collection, honestly speaking. Gonna take the plastic off. Just so we can see him a little bit better. Woo. So fire. So sick, man. Yes, sir. And now, for the final unboxing of tonight's live stream, we have a Ultimate Edition figure here, which I already have in my collection. But I came across it, and I was like, you know what? I said to myself, if I came across another Ultimate Edition figure of this one, that I'm gonna pick it up so I can unbox it because I do want to unbox it. And luckily, I did. And here we have the last figure of tonight's live stream and unboxing and review. Ultimate Edition, Final Boss, The Rock. I am so glad that I came across a second Ultimate Edition Rock. Why? Because we get to unbox that championship right there. The People's Championship. So we're honestly more excited about the championship than the figure. So here we go, baby. Facts. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna unbox it. Without further ado, we are unboxing the final boss, The Rock. I am excited about the figure too because I can actually, put his clothing on him. But the first thing we're taking out of this package is that championship. I wanted a closer look at this belt to see the way it actually looks. Muhammad Ali, as we all know, Muhammad Ali's wife was the one that presented him with this championship. So I always wanted a closer look at the championship, and we all know that the Ultimate Editions have great skills in the face and everything that basically is down to the T with a wrestler. And look at this championship, man. Can't really see because the blurriness, but I'll take pictures and post them on Instagram if you guys follow me there. I had to like. Now let's take out The Rock out of this plastic. Then we're gonna dress him. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got one of the heads out already. He's screaming. He looks like he's in the toilet. And we have the third. He's focused. Two hands. Well, more than two hands. He has 6 hands in reality. Well, you could say 8 because the one that he comes with already in his hands. But I'm definitely going to keep one of these out, which is Bring It. Excuse me. And now we're taking the vest out with the pants. Plastic is empty. Box to the side. And let's dress this bad boy. If you smell what the crock is cooking. Yeah, I'm disappointed, everything that's been going on lately with The Rock. I don't know if it's a shoot. I don't know if it's kayfabe. I don't know if it's personal things that's actually going on between him and Triple H. But wasn't really happy with what happened with WrestleMania and what The Rock said about, WrestleMania and Triple H himself. Don't know if that's kayfabe. Like I said, don't know if it's, them doing that to get a reaction out of people. Because I've always been a Rock fan. I always consider him to be a good dude. And it's like lately, the way he's been acting is like, is this really The Rock? Or is it just something they're doing to make the fans like not like him because something bigger they got going on? But yeah, you got the pants on. Now here comes the vest, the Brahma Bull. Okay, I see you, Rocky. I see you. Let's see the championship real quick. I will be taking pictures when I'm done here and posting them on Instagram so you guys can see them yourselves. Here we have it. But I'm going to be doing something real quick because if we're going to make him look like The Rock, you know. Sorry, Booker. We got to take your shades, brother. Don't need them right now. I'm going to put these shades on The Rock. And here we have it. The final boss. Bring it. Sick figure, I have to say. I like the way it looks. The clothing. Definitely sick. Gonna pose him differently. Pose him. He looks like he is saying hi. That's a spicy meatball. He's saying that's a spicy meatball. That's just saying hi. I'm high. Oh man. That's a spicy meatball. Did I just drop the shades? Probably. But yeah. Sick. Did I drop the shades? Probably. I feel him. Gonna change the face. I don't like the fact that he's smiling too much. Can't take him serious like that. There we go. But yeah. Let me say the predictions one more time before we get off this live stream, because I see we've been on now for 1 hour and 14 minutes, and that's crazy. I didn't even pay attention to that, but I appreciate everybody that's on tonight with me. Like always, appreciate the love. For predictions for Backlash. Women's IC Championship, Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Lynch picks up the win. There's no other way. Lynch picks up the win. There's no way she's going to come back just to lose. She is the man. She is Becky Lynch. She has not won the Women's IC Championship, and that's the purpose why she came back. Becky Lynch definitely picks up the win against Valkyria. McAfee versus Gunther. It could go either way. It could go Gunther beats the hell out of McAfee, and somebody comes out to help McAfee, or McAfee and Goldberg McAfee and Gunther going at it. Goldberg comes out, spears Gunther, helps McAfee, wins the match to build a bigger feud versus Goldberg versus Gunther for SummerSlam retirement match. Men's IC Championship, Mysterio versus Penta. I see Mysterio definitely retaining that championship and building a feud for Penta heading into SummerSlam. Hopefully we get Penta versus Mysterio versus Finn, triple threat. Never know. United States Championship, Fatu versus LA Knight versus McIntyre versus Priest. Fatu retains the championship. I see 3 egos and 1 ring that don't mix. And Fatu taking advantage. Undisputed Championship, John Cena versus Randy Orton. As much as I want Randy Orton to become a 15-time champion, I'm 50-50 with this match. I do feel that Cena's going to retain because of the storyline they got Cena with going on right now. But you never know. Randy Orton is a big part of wrestling too. St. Louis hometown. 50-50, baby. Do we see Cena retain or Randy Orton walk out as 15-time champion? That's my predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. We unboxed Series 26 tonight. Kurt Angle, Carlito, Rosie, The Godfather, baby. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Netflix Raw Edition. Hell yeah! And The Rock Final Boss Ultimate Edition, baby. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. Hope you guys enjoy Backlash. I will be posting my predictions early morning on Backlash on my Instagram. Vote on it if you guys agree with the predictions I picked. And let me know your thoughts. And see you guys next Thursday for another marvelous live stream. Stay marvelous. Corona free is the way to be. Love you all. Appreciate the love. Smash that like button. And don't forget to let your crazy wrestling fans and people know about your boy Jay, aka Marv, and let them know. You know, we love wrestling. And that's why we get together every Thursday. Love you guys. Have a good night. Thank you. Appreciate you as always. You too. Have a great weekend. I hope you guys had fun. Can't wait for Backlash. Let's go, baby. See you guys next Thursday. And like always, stay marvelous, collect what you love, and Corona free. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night. Love ya. Don't forget to smash that like button. Later.